Many years ago, there was one warrior with a beard. He was, oh yes, drawn out of chalk at the moment, but he will be painted by me, Jason Bowen. Welcome to another episode of me painting again. This time I'm acting as a great warrior, maybe a dwarf king. You never know. Could be anything. There I am with a fake beard and a bit of a wig as well. Yeah, and I thought I'd make a good painting, and I'll see if I can use what I learned from copying Van Gogh painting. See if I could use what I've learned in that and put it into this one. Yeah, it's a lot harder when you're making it up yourself, because now I've got to think about the brush strokes, think about the form, and I've got a photo there for reference. It is just that really. I wanted to get that kind of bearded warrior sort of look, or maybe a disgruntled wizard, because that's what I kind of look like, or even a homeless guy, someone who's been lost in the jungle. Well, it's supposed to be a warrior type anyway, or a warrior dwarf. That's what I was thinking. So anyway, I decided to use the same paints as I used before, so I'll get a similar kind of look, but I really wanted to boost the colours a little bit, and kind of like Van Gogh, I suppose, I decided to boost my colours, and he did the same thing, and I don't know why I decided that actually. When I was looking at my amazing portrait photo that I took, I was like, oh, it needs more saturation, more colour, so I boosted the saturation on the picture to give it more, boost the reds, and it created a bit of an orange, and I like that a lot more. Originally it was quite dull, it was quite earthly looking. I just changed my mind. I was like, nah, I'm gonna boost the colours and have some fun with this one. I'm really loading my brush as well, really putting a lot of paint on. I learned last time you need a lot more paint, so I'm putting tons of paint on and just spreading it around like butter really. And just going for it. I do my chalk sketch first, because especially with a portrait, I find it really hard to get it right. Even with a chalk sketch, I got it wrong because I didn't measure enough, and something I'm improving on though. I noticed that I'm starting to get things in the right place a bit better. I'm improving on that, and I'm definitely improving my brush strokes. This is helping me because I do digital painting as well, and this is really helping my digital art, because I'm starting to do oil painting kind of pictures that I do digitally as well, which is really good, because it's the way I like painting. I really enjoy it. Like when I was painting this, I was really enjoying myself, having fun trying to express this character. And I was using Venetian red again, yellow ochre again, titanium white, and I had some vermilion red to boost my reds when needed, and I had some kind of like a rose red. Can't remember what that one is actually, like a magenta-y colour. I just throw that in where needed. So I've sped this up a little bit, but not much. It's not sped up much at all really. I was painting quite fast. And sometimes I just can paint fast, and sometimes I can't. Sometimes it feels right and you can just go for it, and then there's some days when I think I need to slow down a bit. But I'm going through my thick paint Van Gogh sort of feel. I say Van Gogh sort of feel, it's not really can't really use his name because this is my own painting, and I'm trying to use what I learned. That's more what I'm trying to say. I'm trying to use what I learned painting copying his painting and trying to study it and then do my own thing. That's the idea. So I went for a really yellowy colour for the lights that's hitting the cheek and that, because I thought it would look a bit better, a little bit more dramatic than using that. Probably be almost white if I was going by the colours of the photo. And yeah, you can see that big brush stroke there that's gone on. Splodge. I'm just rounding the eyes again. Whenever I put the white in the eye, I always mess it up. And if you've noticed, the whites of the eyes are never white. That's a what I call a beginner mistake, because I've made that mistake when I painted eyes. I've made them white, and I've seen an old portrait that I did ages ago in acrylic, and I remember the eyes being super white and not even eye shaped, sort of almond shaped, I guess. Not that I'm saying I'm amazing now, because these eyes really need a lot of work. But I've got so much, I'll throw some excuses in, I've got so much paint on there that it's quite hard. You're like sculpting it. As you move, you're shifting it around, it's like sculpting. For some reason I messed the nose up. I moved it, and then I didn't realise that I moved it along, and then later on I'm like, why isn't that nose right? Because look, I've moved it over to this side a little bit when I painted it. I'm sure my drawing, I had it drawn in the right place. I'm sure it was. Could be wrong though. But I'm spending ages trying to get that to look good, and then I got it in the wrong place. No. But luckily I worked that out later on, and I had to move the whole nose. You'll find out. So I'm just sort of brushing the paint on in a light fashion. I'm not heavy-handed with my paint, because if you are heavy-handed then you're going to smudge the whole thing, and I don't want to do that. I just want to put paint on and leave it. I don't want to blend anything. If any blending happens, it just happens. It's not because I've forced it. That's what I think anyway. Yeah, look. Oh, the nose is in the wrong place. My head was going, what's going on? How can this be wrong? I chalked it in. But, you know, you realise it's wrong, you gotta move it. And it's not that difficult to move it. You gotta use a lot of paint, especially when you've got a lot of paint on there. Some people would advise you to do a painting to start off with very thin paint, almost dust on your canvas, so you've not committed yourself too strongly. If you paint like this, you've committed yourself, and to move stuff like I just did, I've got to put more paint on. So you use tons and tons. You'd think I'd be able to paint my nose easy, but every time I battle with it. I've painted my nose a few times now, and I still can't do it. So I get to a point where, oh, that'll do, I'll accept that, and then I'll leave it, because I don't want to get too bogged down on painting noses. Just putting in some dark for where the beard is. Sorry, yawning. It's been a long day. I've done quite a lot of painting today. Did this one, of course, and then I did a digital one, and then I've done an Inktober, and then I've been watching TV. Lazy day off, but quite happy with this painting. Really like the thick paint. There's a painting with paint similar to this actually, that was done by Picasso in the National Gallery, and he's done a portrait where he's used a load of paint like this sort of fashion, really thick paint. So he's got a bit more scarier face than what I've managed to paint there. So I'm getting that red in the nose. You do get red in that area. I noticed in some of the paintings they put little flicks of vermilion in the nose and under the nose sometimes. It works really well. So I like painting portraits that have got like a character, which is why I pulled a bit of a crazy face. It just adds character to the portrait, and if you're just doing a portrait of someone smiling, I find that a little bit boring. I want to do something a bit more fun, so I do like crazy poses. Try and make someone have more emotion. It's just more fun, isn't it? So I'm using a bit of red in this beard. I'm not going with the colours on there, I'm going with what I want now. I'm starting to think, oh, it'd be nice to have some... I like the way the light hits that side, so I'm still using that. But I'm really using a lot of paint, look, really thick. An explosion of paint. Oh yeah, the paint shop would be happy if they see this. They'll be expecting another order of paint. Jason's used another 10 tubes on a painting. Come on, let's make some more paint, lads. Yeah, I'm using a lot more painting in this way. So I've got the mouth to put in now. So I'll put that in with a nice bit of pinky red. So it's kind of like sculpting. Didn't see how I was moving that. It's like sculpting. That mouth's a bit wide. You're shouting louder than I was. Oh, that's a bit better. I sorted it out. And I'm looking at the light. Just get some bits of light there. So loosely painted this is. I mean, there's no strictness. I can see some things that even when I'm watching back now, I can see some things. Oh, I wish I did this. Wish I did that. I wish I could get the paint and just get the brush and just go woo, 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 just to fix that bit. It's hard not to think like that when you're watching yourself. You can see all the like little errors that you wish you could just go in and change. But if I really wanted to, I could wait for it to dry and then add some bits that I think to improve it. But I think this is what it is. I'm just going to leave it. I quite like loose paintings as well. I think it's got a good energy to it, and I like that. I like that in some paintings where they look very expressive and the energy is just a paint explosion on. I've certainly got that. I think the areas I need to improve a little bit probably need a bit more control, a bit more of improved craftsmanship. But things I need to work on. Well, I'm reading books about anatomy at the moment, so I'm trying to up my anatomy game. I moved the picture now because at this point it's no longer that, it's what it's going to be. Annoyingly, the light is on this area, but it's where I like doing that, because when you've got the reference image there, that's driving the picture, but when you remove it, now your mind is driving the picture, so it's a bit different. A lot of the strokes are there, and it's just a matter of bringing it together the way you want it, and then you can move on to the next idea. So I went for like bright, sort of strong, fiery red on one side of the beard, and then I added a bit of blue into the other side, and there's a bit of blue here and there just to cool that side down. Yeah, I was spinning my brush a little bit as I was doing that. Just spinning the bristles. But sometimes, like at that point, I was removing all the darks, so I was like, I need to put some dark back in. Don't want it to be flat, two-dimensional. I want it to still have that depth in the beard, so keeping that dark is important. I'm quite happy with this. I've never add in that light. Getting them pupils right. So hard. That's better actually. Better than it was. I still reckon I could do better. I could do better than me. You probably think like that when you're watching me painting. You're probably thinking, oh, if I could just grab his brush, I could just move that paint there and it'd be much better. Because I think the same way when I'm watching me. But, you know, it's a good study. It's good painting, I think. It's what I wanted to do. And you just go with whatever happens and see what happens. See that line that was there? I mean, I hadn't done that yet. I was when I saw that I hadn't done it, I was like, oh yes, I can do that line. I'm just getting some light for that side. Yeah, I needed to lighten those bits. Looks quite good. There we go. Yeah, so much better. And I thought, oh, I could add some character lines there. I could have gone for it a bit more with the under the eyes, but I quite liked the way it's gone. So I thought, nah, better leave it. It's very tricky because you see things and you think, oh, I could do that, I could do that, I could do that, but you don't want to overdo. I mean, I say overdo. I mean, this painting is is very overdone in a way. I mean, yeah, I like that hair that's just gone there. Did need that. It sends the eye back and behind that hair. Kind of like that. Definitely needed it. But there's a lot of paint there. I'm enjoying filming myself practicing. I hope you get something out of it. It looked like you did on the last one, so I thought, oh well, I'll do it again. Why not, if you enjoy it? get something, even if you're just getting a bit of inspiration to want to do your own. That I'm happy if that helps. It's giving you that. So there we go. There's the painting. There's the finished painting. Lots of paint. Loads of paint. Tons of it. And I had a lot of fun painting that. So have a go at one of these. Have a go at whacking a load of paint on and doing a portrait. You'll enjoy it. So anyway, thanks very much for watching this one, and I'll see you at another one. Cheers, bye.